Hey everybody, Matty Ice here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a hunter build that I found extremely satisfying to use. This is one where you can get your super back very quickly. You have the invisibility, sustain, and survivability of Assassin's Cowl, and you're just able to constantly grapple melee things to generate orbs of power. It's phenomenal. So this is the Legend Lost sector of the day. I'm actually in here at minus 23, so this is practically at GM level. And you can see I'm not doing a whole lot of damage with like my melee and my weapons, but the grapple melee is still outright killing these red bars, which is just super nice. And again, each time I do that, I'm generating 2 orbs of power. And I'm also want to emphasize that you want to run a strand weapon with this. A void weapon in additional would be nice, but a strand weapon is kind of key, just because of the seasonal artifacts this season. So you can see I've already got my super here, and I'm able to kill this champion pretty quickly and easily. And as soon as the super runs out, I'll be able to get my next one very quickly. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough, how great this build is. The only threat here in this lost sector that I had trouble with is killing myself with a rocket launcher. So be careful if you're using Two-Tailed Fox, it shoots a little slow. And then some of the champions, so like if I miss my dive here, I'm not able to stun this overload, or sorry, this unstoppable. So I have to wait for my ability to come back. So just be careful when you're using your abilities like that. It's easy to get your class ability back quickly with this build, but you do have to kind of wait a minute. But yeah, so enough of the demonstration here. I'll pick it up at the end, but let's cover the actual build. Alright, so let's talk about armor and mods. So the first thing obviously is Assassin's Cowl. Those powered melee and finishers will give you invisibility and give you a chunk of health back. It's kind of what brings this whole build together, because as I mentioned, the grapple melee counts as both a grenade and a powered melee kill. So that's why you're able to have that invisibility on that grapple melee. Because of that, we're going to have 2 ashes to assets. So you get your extra super energy on grenade kills, which is your grapple melee. And we're also going to put a hands on, because these will stack with each other, but there's diminishing returns, so you want to run at least 1 of each. And you can drop 1 ashes to assets for something else, but I prefer to run 2. And especially this season, you're able to reduce that cost to 1, so you're able to run 2 of each, but in the future seasons you're probably only going to be able to run 1 of each. For the arms, I run 1 firepower, 1 heavy-handed. This is how you're able to generate 2 orbs of light on a grapple melee kill. And then I also like to run 1 bolstering detonation. This is just to help you get your class energy back faster. You could swap this out for any other ability to regen thing. Again, this season it's cheap, it's only 1, so I recommend that one. For the chest, there's nothing particular here, so I just ran 1 of each resistance. You can mix and match this to match whatever you need to. If it's like an arc singe or arc threat now, you can run like 2 arcs and 1 void or whatever you need. On the boots, I've got 1 absolution so that you can reduce your ability cooldowns on those orb pickups. You're going to be generating 2 on each grapple melee kill, so you can do that pretty easily. Same thing with Better Already. You're getting that health regen starting immediately on that orb pickup, and then with Assassin's Cowl you get a burst of healing, kind of like a cure. So you're going to be able to basically always be at your max health with this. And then I've got Inveneration. Again, you want your grenade cooldown to be as low as possible, especially because the grapple melee has an annoyingly high cooldown. So anything you can do to help. And on the class item, I've got a distribution to again get your cooldowns down as much as possible, and double bomber so you can get their grenade back even faster. You're going to be using your class ability to suspend targets and kill them while they're suspended, and that's just going to help you do that even more frequently. So the reason we're talking about that is if we go into your aspects and fragments, most of these options you really only have 1, but the grapple obviously is pretty key here. You've only got your 2 aspect options, Widow's Silk and Ensnaring Slam. This gives you that ability to suspend when you use your class ability in the air with X, or whatever keybind you have that too. But the fragments here. So Threat of Mind, defeating a suspended target gets you your class ability energy back faster. This is what I was talking about. If you suspend them and kill at least one, you're going to get like 50% of your class ability back. It's amazing. Thread of Continuity. This is the one that allows you to have increased duration on your suspension and all the other strand effects. But the suspension is the one we care about. You could swap this out for Thread of Finality, which is going to give you extra recovery and generate threadlings on your finishers. So you'll be finishing a lot of targets with Assassin's Cowl on. It's kind of a key function there. So this will allow you to create additional threadling, which is kind of nice. But again, it's up to you here. Thread of Warding. Since we're not running the new exotic, which gives you the Woven Mail whenever you use your grapple, we're relying on the Woven Mail for orb pickup. This is actually really key because Woven Mail gives you amazing damage resistance, and with the resistance nerf, resilience nerf for the damage resistance this season down to 30 if you're running max, and I'm not running max. This is actually kind of important now. And then finally, Thread of Generation. This is just to help you get your grenade energy back faster, because again, it's very important. This is well worth the 10 penalty. That minus 10 is very insignificant when you can get a huge chunk of grenade energy back just for doing damage with any weapon, any ability. It's outstanding. But yeah, so that is the build there. And let's finally talk about the artifact. So again, this is something that is just a passive now, and I love the change. It's amazing. So authorized mods, grenades. This is what's making those grenade mods cheaper. Multi-siphon mods, I'm not running this, but it's something that I suggest if you do have the space. Volatile Flow, this is just a great one to pick up. If you're running a void weapon, it really pairs well with this Bricks from Beyond. So you can just generate heavy ammo passively and get volatile rounds on orb pickup. You'll be doing a lot of orb pickups, so definitely suggest running a void weapon. But also I really suggest running a strand weapon, because if you destroy a tangle with a strand, you can suspend targets in an explosion that are just nearby the tangle. So this is just another way to get your class ability back even faster, because if you can suspend targets with that explosion and then kill them, if you accidentally missed your dive or whatever, or you just need like a little top off, this is a great way to get that suspension effect. Allied Unraveling, these are just kind of like buffs. It's the same with Counterweave, like these just kind of help. When you kill a champion or stun a champion, you get some energy back, which is just nice. But Threaded Blast, I actually really love this one because it pairs so nicely with Untangler. So you destroy that tangle with a strand weapon, it creates a bigger and more damaging explosion. This will actually kill a lot of enemies outright, and if it doesn't kill them, it gets that suspension effect on them. But because the explosion's much larger, it actually has a good area of effect. Without this, it's kind of a small area, and I'm not a big fan. So I actually still have one slot left. I haven't decided where I want to put that yet. Since I'm able to fit all the mods I want, I can definitely go for one of these final column perks here. I might go for Void Weapon Channeling. It's not as good as the Void Surge, but I don't want to spend the energy on a Surge on my boots because those boot mods are pretty important. So I don't know. I might go with Prismatic Transfer just for that free damage buff. But this is, again, it's kind of a flex slot. It's up to you. Whatever makes your fire team the happiest there. But yeah, so that's the build. Hope you enjoyed it. Found it helpful. This is the fashion. Still kind of working on it a little bit. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if there's anything you have questions about or want to see different. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you could like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.